Welcome into Factfinder Investigates. I'm Brandon Stitt. There's a new reason to watch out when you're driving on Kellogg. Wichita police say they're ramping up traffic patrols on the busy highway. It comes after new concerns of more crashes at some of the busier intersections. Factfinder investigator Dylan Domangue looked into the reason behind the effort to get you to slow down and pay attention.
The commute along Kellogg is a busy one for Wichita drivers.
Oh man, I come daily because I have to come to the post office here.
One that others have tried to avoid.
In a way, try to stay away from it because of the fact that cars are crazy.
It's due to a high number of accidents year after year around the intersections that see the most traffic. Wichita police data shows last year 3 intersections saw the most crashes: Kellogg and West, Kellogg and Seneca, and Kellogg and Rock, where 124 accidents were reported.
There is a freedom on Kellogg. There is a joy in riding that roadway to get to destination quickly, but there is a responsibility that comes from the freedom.
Chad Barassa, the executive director for the Wichita Area Metropolitan Planning Organization, says they've done extensive research on ways to make roads safer, but ultimately it starts with the drivers. He says distracted driving and speeding contribute to most of the accidents on Kellogg.
A slight half-second distraction on the cell phone can make a difference.
All of this has prompted Wichita police to implement a new safety plan in the areas where they see the most accidents. Here near the intersection of Kellogg and West, officers last month worked a concentrated enforcement to slow down speeding and aggressive driving. Within 2 hours, 27 citations were issued, and police say drivers along Kellogg can expect to see more of this.
It's all of our responsibility as law enforcement officers to try to promote public safety and to do everything we can in our efforts to make the roads safe. So that'll be a daily, ongoing practice, but there will be planned assignments.
Police say the larger assignments will include multiple law enforcement agencies assisting in more patrols at those busy intersections. For the drivers, they want to see more patrols and less.
Swerving in and out and from lane to lane, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And Wichita police say that they are in the early stages of their new traffic safety plan, but you can expect to see more officers at those busy intersections. A former Wichita State employee is charged with multiple counts after allegedly hiding a camera in a minor's bedroom. A court affidavit accuses Christopher Garnier of using an alarm clock with a hidden camera to secretly record a minor in a bedroom earlier this year. Police searched his phone and found 6 videos, 5 of which included a minor undressing. Garnier was let go from his position May 10th. He's now charged with breach of privacy and sexual exploitation of a child. Now, this case bringing to light the use of hidden cameras in private places. I talked with a hidden camera expert about what you need to look out for.
If they know how to just press the on-off switch, anybody can do it. And that's what makes it so dangerous.
Christopher Garner is charged with multiple counts of breach of privacy and sexual exploitation of a child. In an affidavit, police say Garner used a hidden camera and an alarm clock to video record an unidentified minor in her bedroom. Jimmy Messis with U.S. Bug Sweep says being watched without your knowledge has become common.
You have the internet, you have Amazon, you have eBay. You have voyeurism. You have technology that where cameras are now so tiny that you can hide them anywhere without detection.
Messis and his company go out and find hidden cameras, and he knows where to start looking.
Any area where you're going to take your clothes off, there's going to be a camera pointing in that area. And that's what you got to look for.
And the camera can be hidden anywhere.
Electrical outlets have been a big deal. That's crazy because you can use the electrical outlet. It still works. And yet there's a camera there.
Messis has also seen cameras in plants, pictures, and other electronic devices.
Assume that everything and anything could have a camera in it.
And those camera detectors that can be bought online, well, Messis tells me that they're only toys and don't work.
I couldn't believe that the food that I loved and ate every day almost killed me.
Nobody would set up a food safety system the way we have it in 2024
A warning: how safe is the food that you feed your family? Coming up, Factfinder investigates the fragmented system of oversight that could put your safety at risk.